What is good, boys? It is like 6:30 right now. I'm so fucking tired. I did not want to pick up the camera today, but I knew I needed to because I was thinking to myself today, and I was like, what do I make a video about? And I was really just thinking. I get a lot of questions about how I was able to gain as much muscle as I did, and how I went from 140 to 200 pounds in 4.5 years. And that's something that I'm going to be talking about more in depth in a different video, because that's more of like that's more of like a whiteboard analogy kind of video, and that's going to be a longer one. So that's something that I will do in the future, because that's a question that I do get asked often. But for today, I am going to be talking about the mindset that you need to undergo when either you're working out, either you have been working out for a while, or you are just starting working out. The biggest thing you have to understand is you're not, and the preface of this video is, why you're not seeing progress, or why you haven't seen progress in the last couple weeks. And the biggest reason is you're not envisioning yourself in the position that you want to be in enough. So you're not envisioning enough, and you have to envision the person that you want to become. And I'm sure you hear this all the time, but you need to, not in a sense manifest, but you need to understand the possibilities of the possibilities and the potential of your body. Like, literally, you can achieve anything if you truly want to. And this is the mindset that I had to literally, like, I don't even know like what word I'm trying to think of, but this is the mindset that just helped me so much whenever I first started lifting, because it genuinely gave me structure. Because when I first started working out, I had no structure. I literally didn't even have a gym to go to. I worked out in my basement. But I still had structure. I knew who I wanted to become. I knew I knew the weight that I wanted to be. I knew the body fat percentage I wanted to be. I could envision this person in my head. And obviously, it came 4.5 years later, but I had put myself in the position to be satisfied with how far I've come. Obviously, I am not as satisfied as I was a couple weeks ago, whenever I first started realizing this, because obviously I'm never going to be satisfied with my physique. I'm never going to be satisfied with my business. I'm never going to be satisfied, because I know that there is more steps to take and there's more things to accomplish. But in the short term, I encourage a lot of you. Obviously, this video is not going to be that long, because I kind of just wanted to come on here and just talk about a more of like an educational, just on an educational note, talk about exactly the framework that you need to follow. Not even necessarily framework, but the kind of just like I said, the mindset that you should not need, but you should follow if you want to make any progress at all. And that is, you need to envision who you can be. You need to, in fact, this is what you should do. This is not what I did, but this is what you should do. You should grab yourself a notebook, and you should write down not only the person that you want to be in a year, but you need to also envision the physical person that you want to be. You want to be a certain weight. You want to be a certain body fat percentage. You want to be a certain, and I'm saying I didn't do this, but I did actually do this. I was gonna say something else, but I kind of just lost my train of thought. And what I did actually do, I'm gonna tell you what I did actually do. Is I pretty much, and I said this probably already like 2 times, but I envisioned the person I wanted to be. I closed my eyes and I was like, I'm 140 pounds right now. How do I get to 200 pounds lean? And which is exactly what I did. But at this time, I had just been thinking, just like thinking of the person that I could become, watching all these workout videos, becoming jealous of people online, because they were the same age as me, but they looked way better. But all I had to do from the beginning is just envision the person that I wanted to be, and I became exactly who I wanted to be. And that's exactly why I think a lot of you aren't seeing progress. It's because you're not envisioning the person that you want to be. And I think that's the reason why most people want to say like, oh, you're not making progress because you're not following your diet to a T, or you're not following your program to a T, and that very well may be true. But I think that most people, they don't really see this side of the story, and I think that if you want to make any progress at all, and I think this is the reason why I've become the person that I wanted to become from the beginning, is because I envisioned the person that I wanted to be. I envisioned the 19-inch biceps. I envisioned the Dorito back. I envisioned the big legs. I envisioned all of this. And I slowly but surely followed the process, and I made it happen. Obviously, none of that, even like I could have been 140 pounds like I was 4.5 years ago, imagining this stuff and just, all thinking like, oh, I could become all this, and I very well could have not done any of it. And I wouldn't be sitting here talking about how I did it. But I did it. But that then gives me the ability to talk about it. So, and I know a lot of you, and a lot of people think that like you can't manifest yourself as a person, but you can. And that's exactly what I did. And I hate I really hate the word manifest, because like people always use that, like, so you manifest my life. And I really just I can't stand those fucking videos, and it's just like, but the fact of the matter is, I use that method. I use that method a lot because and it didn't even I'm like stumbling over my words because I get like excited when I'm talking about this stuff, because this is I can't even speak right now. Oh my goodness. Like, if you have any idea the person that you can become, you're envisioning yourself. Like, imagine you're in my position. You were in my position. You're 140 pounds. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what to do. You don't know the framework to follow. You don't know anything about working out, whatever. I encourage you to genuinely just close your eyes and imagine the person that you want to be. Not only financially, or, whatever, however you want to think about that. But you have to think about, if you want to make any progress in the gym, you have to think of yourself in the physical realm. Okay, close your eyes. How am I going to grow to 200 pounds lean? Big ass legs, big ass fucking arms. I asked myself this every single day, and before I knew it, it actually was happening to me. I began to see the progress. I began to see the gains. My shoulders started to develop. My legs started to develop. My arms started to develop. And my whole body started to develop without even realizing it. I had been making progress without even realizing. See, once you hyper-analyze that you're not making progress, see, I didn't even think about that shit. You're not making progress because you're too focused on the progress. I didn't even think about that until just now. You're not making progress because you're too focused on the progress. Stop focusing on the progress and focus on the process. I just literally thought of that off the lip. Focus on the process, not on the progress. Because with the process, you're going to make progress. If you follow, I keep knocking my camera around. If you follow a consistent workout program, a consistent diet, a consistent anything, you're going to make progress either fucking way. And, dude, I blew myself away with that. That might even not make any sense to most people, but that saying I just made up in my head just blew my mind. Focus on the progress. Focus on the process, not the progress. Because, without focusing on the progress, you're gonna make progress, and you're gonna notice it way more because you're not focusing on the progress. You're focusing on the mental development. That's what you should be focusing on. The physical development and the mental development. Don't focus on the progress. Don't focus on like the literally like how I look. Just just show up every single day. Do the things that need to be done. And I know this video is definitely like super confusing because I'm kind of just rambling and I blew myself away by a quote that I literally came up with. All I can tell you, and obviously, like I said, this video is super weird, but all I can tell you is follow an exact framework. Follow a correct workout program that doesn't suck. Follow a correct diet program that doesn't suck, and you will make progress. But what I encourage you to do is stop focusing on the progress and start focusing on the process. Because that's the only way that you're going to improve. That's the only way you're going to improve. Why am I not seeing progress? Why am I not seeing progress? Because you're too focused on the progress. Just do what needs to be done. Work out every single day. Show up, and you will see results. I love you, boys. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I'm going to post this one because obviously it's super weird, and I kind of just rambled. But I like lost my voice, so I kind of just rambled. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys can get a little bit of value from this. And you know, obviously I'm still on vacation. I will be for the next few days, but I'm still going to be producing as much content as I can. And when I get back home, I'm going to come like even harder with the fucking content. So don't you worry, boys. I push it, like I said, I push you guys. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Hopefully this is the last video because I literally I'm so fried. My brain is so fried. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching all my videos, and I will see you boys in the next one.